The shark attacks that inspired Jaws. In 1916, over the course of just 12 days, 4 people were killed and another seriously injured, all by shark attacks in places sharks weren't even supposed to be. This real-life horror would later inspire one of the most terrifying films ever made, Jaws. Before 1975, most people didn't think twice about swimming in the ocean. But when Steven Spielberg released Jaws, the world's view of the sea and its apex predator changed forever. What many don't realize is that the terror depicted in Jaws wasn't pure fiction. It was rooted in real events, a string of deadly shark attacks that gripped the US and sent waves of fear along the East Coast. In this video, we're diving into the chilling true stories behind Jaws, the 1916 Jersey Shore attacks, and how a series of encounters with one of nature's most misunderstood predators gave rise to a cultural phenomenon. When Jaws hit theaters, it did more than shatter box office records. It sparked a wave of shark paranoia around the world. Suddenly, the ocean wasn't a place of peace and recreation. It was a hunting ground, with an unseen killer lurking below the waves. The fear was real, but it was also based on misconceptions. Sharks, especially great whites, were portrayed as relentless human hunting monsters. But scientists have long argued that shark attacks on humans are rare and usually cases of mistaken identity. Still, Jaws left its mark, and that mark can be traced back to one very real, very bloody summer, the summer of 1916. Between July 1st and July 12th, 1916, a series of shark attacks struck the Jersey Shore. It began in Beach Haven, where a young man was bitten and killed in front of horrified beachgoers. Just days later, another swimmer was attacked in Spring Lake, again fatally. Then came the most shocking event. 2 more people were attacked, not in the ocean, but in Matawan Creek, nearly 10 miles inland. One of them was a young boy. Another man was killed trying to rescue him. The final victim survived but suffered severe injuries. These attacks occurred during a sweltering summer when thousands fled to the coast to escape a deadly polio outbreak. The media frenzy was immediate. No one had ever imagined a shark would, or could, venture so close to shore, let alone upriver. The idea of a rogue shark, intelligent, determined, and bloodthirsty, was born here. Decades later, author Peter Benchley would use this exact concept as the foundation for his novel Jaws, which Steven Spielberg later turned into a cinematic nightmare. During the filming of Jaws, Spielberg faced endless production issues, mechanical sharks that wouldn't work, weather delays, and rewriting scenes on the fly. But one decision, to show less of the shark, became a stroke of genius. The suspense, the music, the beach scene where panic erupts as the shark strikes in shallow waters. All of it channeled the raw fear that echoed from 1916. It wasn't just a movie. It was a dramatization of very real horror, reimagined for a modern audience, and it worked. So well, in fact, that people stopped going to the beach. Shark populations were hunted, and public perception shifted from curiosity to terror. The story of Jaws is more than just a blockbuster. It's the legacy of a real event, the 1916 Jersey Shore shark attacks, that changed how we see the ocean. It also changed how we see sharks. Unfortunately, the fear it instilled led to decades of damage to shark populations worldwide. Today, marine scientists continue working to correct the myths, because while the events of 1916 were tragic and terrifying, sharks aren't villains. They're vital to the ecosystem, and mostly just trying to avoid us. What do you think? Was Jaws brilliant storytelling or fearmongering? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and check out our other videos on real events and wild encounters in history.